Dear friends and colleagues, today is the funeral of Her Majesty Queen Elisabeth II, and we are very proud to be here with you to mark this significant date. I'm going to pass the word to Mark Evans. He is a music director of Douglas Academy Music School in Glasgow.
Hello, Gamorçeul. We are here to mark the passing of our late Queen Elisabeth II, to reflect on her life and to pay our respects. Little did she expect, as a young princess, that she would have to take on the mantle passed down to her from her late father, George VI, so early. At the age of 25, she was required to do so, and she became Queen of Britain and the Commonwealth. I use the word required because this was not a role she had any choice in, not one to which she applied, but which she inherited through birth. It was in this knowledge that at the young age of 25, she vowed to serve her country until she died. And that was exactly what she did. 70 years of unflinching, faithful service until her last days. As we all know, meeting the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, just 2 days before passing. Over the past week, we have seen quite an incredible outpouring of grief and desire to pay respects from the British people in Scotland and England. She passed away in what was probably her favourite location, that of Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where she loved to holiday, and she always had a deep connection with the Scottish nation and culture. The Queen particularly loved the sound of the bagpipes, and it is wholly appropriate that we have Eddie with us today to play the traditional lament, The Flowers of the Forest. Over the past week or so, we have heard so many people talk about their experiences and thoughts of Her late Majesty. The same themes have been expressed time and time again, that of service, grace, kindness, humanity, love. All through her reign, she showed that yes, she was a monarch, but yes, she was also a human being. I do not wish to duplicate what others have said in recent days, but would like to share a short personal anecdote, if I may. Whilst I never met Her Majesty in person, I have had the privilege of performing in her presence at the official opening of our Scottish Parliament and at services in St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, where I was a chorister. It was my father-in-law, however, who had the fortune to spend time with Her Majesty in his role as the moderator of the Church of Scotland. He preached for the Queen, as moderators do, and afterwards he had lunch with Her Majesty, and on this occasion, I think her son Edward. After lunch, he spent the afternoon chatting and completing the Sunday Times crossword with the Queen sitting on the living room floor. When it was time for my father-in-law to return to his accommodation, the Queen herself wanted to drive him. He loves to tell us how he held on for dear life as the Queen drove at full speed in her Range Rover down the narrow track of the estate, chatting all the way and, apparently, barely looking where she was going. Yet another example of her humanity, and Elizabeth the person shining through. Today, we mourn the loss of an incredible woman who gave her life in service for 70 years, something we may never see again. Our thoughts are with her family today as they say farewell to a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Rest in peace.